to you in part by Frenchman Hills Winery, a distinctive taste for all occasions.
Complement the best evening with the best wine. Red wine selections from Frenchman Hills Winery. Estate-grown grapes exclusively from Sentinel Gap Vineyards are expertly handcrafted into Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and a red wine blend, yielding a truly superb and elegant wine. Look for Frenchman Hills Wine in upscale restaurants and other destinations. Frenchman Hills Wine, a distinctive taste for all occasions.
Hello, I'm Brenda Roberts, and I'm queuing up to some very fine wine in Frenchman Hills with winemaker viticulturist Larry Myrick, and I'm going to share how he became the winemaker he is and the handcrafter and the earth kind of mover, because you really work with the earth, don't you, and getting these grapes to grow and become this fine wine. And here you are, Frenchman Hills Winery. This is a beautiful label. We'll be showing it on your bottle. Just this alone tells a story. Tell me the story. The
story behind the label is it represents our area, our unique area, with the Sentinel Gap in the background of the label. The Columbia River is represented, the mighty Columbia. We also represent the irrigation district delivering water, Bureau water, to the farmers in the area. There's the representation of vineyards and small orchards in the area. And then the winemaker offering us to the holy grail of winemaking.
It's absolutely beautiful, a very nice piece of art as well, and I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy looking at it, which is one of the senses we use. Now, tell me about, in your winemaking process, why do you just stick to the red wines? You do the Syrah, Cabernet, and Merlot, right?
Yes, those are the three red wines that we grow. We were very intensely focused on those red wines because we want to draw the public to our wines for the quality of the wine. We produce low-yielding grapes that produce a high-quality wine, and we handcraft our wines with the use of manual punch down and time-consuming labor processes that are not normally done in the high-production wineries.
Now, and you mentioned too, you even have the patience to let the grapes hang on the vine longer. You actually extend the fermentation process correctly.
Yes.
So I mean, you truly are exercising a great deal of, I would say you do a lot of P's. You have the patience, the pride in the results, the passion for making it to begin with, and certainly the perseverance.
Yes, a lot of perseverance in this.
Now, you started really, I believe you mentioned, back in '96, the first grapes went in, the first...
I planted my first grapes in my first vineyard in 1996. Sentinel Gap Vineyard was planted in '97, and we have been slowly, steadily bringing that vineyard on since that point. And we had our first full production in 2001, so we've just been steadily moving forward. The winery was licensed and bonded in 2006, and as I stated, we were opened to the public on January 1st of 2007.
Now, as I look around here, there's a lot of beautiful wood oak barrels with your wine in them, right?
Yes.
I mean, how many gallons or so? You probably know the statistics. I mean, you seem to have a lot already, don't you?
Yes, we do. These barrels are 59-gallon oak barrels, American oak and French oak. And we currently have, from the 2006 vintage, approximately 400 barrels of wine. The 2005 vintage, which is in the bottles and the cases behind us, we have approximately 7,000 cases.
So, who are you targeting? What is your clientele?
Our clientele seems to be the red wine consumer, obviously.
Right.
And the price point that we're reaching for is the premium and the ultra premium wine consumer, people that know a good wine when they have the opportunity to taste it.
And definitely, this is a very good wine. I've been around a few years and through a few bottles myself. Even the ability to take the time and age in the wood and the oak barrels, doesn't that also add to the robustness and the boldness of a red wine and more time as well?
Yes. More time in the barrels allows the wine to express itself more. The care that we take during fermentation, everything we do is predicated on the top quality that we can produce from the grapes, and it all starts in the vineyard with the quality of the grapes.
Those grapes, now, typically all of the grapes have originated from some European sources, is this correct?
Yes.
And you were telling me a story about Syrah. What did they say about the Syrah? Everything had to have been smuggled in at some point, right?
Well, Washington State is a quarantine state, but it's my understanding that the Syrah was briefcased into the state, and it has grown in popularity in the state ever since it was brought in and introduced. It is a fantastic red wine varietal. It complements the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Merlot really, really well. I believe it will be one of our top producing and top quality wines in the state of Washington.
Oh, I'd say from this happens to be the Syrah, and it's,
Yes.
you know, it's very, very good. You've already received some recognition, haven't you?
Yes, after opening the winery, we sent a ultra premium Syrah and an ultra premium Merlot to the Northwest Wine Press and for their spring tasting. They do a double blind tasting, meaning the judges are not aware of the variety of wine, the winemaker, or actually anything about the wine. They virtually have a glass of red wine sitting in front of them when they taste. And to receive an excellent rating on our ultra premium Syrah and an excellent rating on our ultra premium Merlot was fantastic. It was very high praise for a new startup winery.
Excellent. Yes, I mean, an excellent on your award, too. When you're talking about your ultra premium and premium now, are you going to have sort of staggering levels of your wine, different, because of what? Is it the different flavor, different aging? How do you measure that?
There's different qualities of the wine, if you will. The ultra premium wine is a wine that has been, from the vineyard itself, it was picked out as being a better grape than the rest of the vineyard. When it's brought into the winery, it's utilized in the fermentation process with a little different yeasts and a little bit of different things that the winemaker does at that point. Again, we use a very slow fermentation process. Normal fermentations with commercial wineries are 7 to 11 days, and our fermentation is 21 to 28 days. Again, handcrafted. And then when the wine is through the fermentation process and through secondary fermentation, the wines are tasted in the barrel, and we judge and grade each barrel of wine. The barrels that receive an A grade and 3 stars for aromas and 3 stars for flavor complexities are set aside as potential ultra premium wines. And then prior to bottling, they're actually tasted again, and the top 10 to 15% of those that were already set aside are truly set aside for the ultra premium or the tier 1 wine. And that's how we distinguish the difference. The other 6-star barrels of wine go back into our premium line, raising the overall quality of our premium line also.
Now, once again, that's quite a process. It's quite a time-consuming patience and perseverance of going back and tasting. And how does that feel? I mean, when you finally have this bottle, when you finally have, something you can pour in a glass and share with someone, it's like it takes on a life of its own by then, hasn't it?
Yes. It is a very satisfying feeling to have reached this point, to have a recognized premium and ultra premium wine available to the public, and it's very pleasing to have the public accept the wine the way they have and consume the wine.
And I want to say something about consumption of wine. We do know that there's a lot of good, healthy aspects to red wine in particular.
Wine in moderation has been shown to have significant health benefits, and that's not why I make wine, but it is a side benefit of the wines that we make, and it is a very good thing to have that available to the public for public information. Consumption in moderation can be good for you.
And the other thing is, where can they go get it to? Because I know you're